nothing ever happens. Yes, something does happen. This is an indictment of Vincent Ramos, okay? And this is the guy who makes that phantom secure software for BlackBerry. RICO conspiracy and conspiracy to distribute controlled substance. Oh, you only took down one company in Vancouver, BC, right? You only took down one company. Well, it just happens to be the backbone, as I've said here for months or almost a year, of the Sinaloa drug cartel, the largest cartel in Mexico. Boom, right? And now we also know that many other bike gangs sponsored by ATF in the United States use this type of phone. Okay, so this was real results, and it happened within 8 hours. That was the amazing part. It happened while we were doing the broadcasts, which was very cool. And then this company is obviously in Vancouver. Now I wanted to also, but it's actually in Waterloo, and this was one of the first towns I stopped in after I did the pain clinics in Detroit. Then I went to Waterloo, and that's where I met this filmmaker, and we were talking about the pain clinics in Canada and how BlackBerry really started kind of out as a paging company, and then people said, hey, we can use these pages back and forth, and that becomes kind of a text conversation, right? And that's kind of how BlackBerry started near, not Ottawa, not even Toronto. Here's your map of Canada. Here's Ottawa, where I thought it was, and this is kind of like the parlay between Montreal and Toronto when they were figuring out where the capital should be. So, half of Ottawa is English speaking, the other half Hull is French speaking, where I could get to speak my bad French. But it actually started by a guy who was going to school down here in Windsor, okay, which is actually south of Detroit. You can go from Detroit south and then Waterloo up here. Now, did it originally have success here when he was a student down here at University of Windsor as a drug dealer's dream with the text back and forth? Hey, they're coming, hey, Scrunchy, they're on their way, get out, or hey, I don't need a dime, make it a quarter. Or whatever. Was that really where it started and got its start as a paging company for drug dealers? Because it had this idea of encryption right from the beginning, and then they moved up to Waterloo here to be closer to all the brains in Toronto.